Bristol Motor Speedway is the home to the 2003 Food City 500. Jeff Gordon leads from the pole, and Kurt Busch is to his outside.
Yeah, and of course, Jeff, he's really trying to kind of dig out of an early season hole here. But getting the pole, that's a good sign. See, the last cars going home this week, the 27 and the 17 shut down in the past week.
Yes, that is significant. Also, the 0 of Jack Sprague makes his first start of the season, although that is through a owner points situation. They swapped the owner points of their affiliate, the Hendrick Motorsports 5 car, to get him in the show, as Terry Labonte, that car's driver, has the past champions provision to fall back on.
And here we go, coming to the green flag. Jeff Gordon gets a good jump.
Yes, great start for Gordon. You see Newman really drives it in there, gets beneath his teammate Rusty Wallace, and he looks to be passing Kurt Busch off of turn 2.
Yeah, Newman got a great start. Of course, he already has 2 wins this year. Although, talk about great starts, Jeff already has about 3 car lengths on Newman, and he is driving away.
We go on board with Newman's teammate, Rusty Wallace. He's up to the 3rd position now as he gets around Busch as well. And here comes Dale Earnhardt Jr. passing Busch for 4th.
Meanwhile, it looks like Ryan Newman's caught up to the back bumper here of the 24 car of Jeff Gordon. Let's see what he can do with him heading into...
Uh-oh, trouble. And Adam Petty stuck in the wall. Oh, and more contact there. Craven, Sprague, the 36 of McMurray, and the 23 of Jones goes up in the air. Caution's out for the first time here in Thunder Valley. The lead cars trying to make their way through these lap cars. Uh-oh, Jeff Gordon almost gets into the 77 of Dave Blaney there.
Yeah, that was bad. The leaders were coming through there, getting ready to lap those guys. They just all started wrecking, but luckily they seem to be okay. No contact as Jeff Gordon continues to lead the Food City 500 here.
And we expect there's going to be a lot of pit stops this time. Gordon leads them down to the apron onto this long double pit road here at Bristol.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Looks like first one on the racetrack there, that's Matt Kenseth. But of course, he's staying out to take the wave around as they head down the back stretch. Of course, a lot of these guys you're seeing here are going to be pitting on the front stretch. See, 0 Jack Sprague has retired from the race after making his first start of the season here. That ends early for him. But here they come. They're going around turns 3 and 4, and the leaders are going to be heading towards their boxes this time by.
Yes, Gordon, the pole sitter, in that number 1 stall, has the longest trek down pit road here. He's going to cross the start-finish line. They also pass the wrecked race car there of Ricky Rudd in the 33. And Wallace is in, Gordon is in. We're expecting 4 tires and fuel all around for these drivers.
Yeah, we have to see here. Jeff, 2 tires done. And 2 tires on the other side. Let's see who's going to be the first way here. Looks like it's Rusty Wallace. And actually a bit of a slow stop on that 24 car. We're hearing some kind of a problem. Yeah, that's not good for him at all.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon had a very long stop. You see him and Kurt Busch both stuck there on that inside lane, actually, for the restart, along with the lap cars. So yeah, a long stop and really just a missed opportunity there for that 24 team, as the new leader now is Rusty Wallace, who leads us back to green here at Bristol.
Yeah, Rusty, new leader, although take a look at this. Dale Jr. got an amazing jump. He caught up to Rusty's back bumper, and he used the fact that they started on the outside. He sails by him going into turns 3 and 4 here, takes the lead.
Earnhardt Nation on their feet here in Thunder Valley. Dale Earnhardt Jr., the Winston Cup points leader, now leading in the Food City 500, looking for his first victory at Bristol Motor Speedway. This, of course, the track where Dale Earnhardt Sr., who you see in the back of the picture there, got his first Winston Cup victory back in 1979. So a good run there for the elder Earnhardt, currently running in the top 5, looking for, that would be his first top 5 on the 2003 season, as he, like Gordon, looking to crawl out of a points hole today.
Yeah, he is, and...
Uh-oh, the 77 of Dave Blaney blowing up there right in front of the 41 of Tony Stewart. He gets spun around. The 55 of Green gets into him. So we will have a restart to finish this race here at Bristol.
Yeah, that's the last thing Dale Jr. wanted to see there was that caution flag he is going to win the race back to the caution here, but like Bill said, he will have to face a restart here.
And almost gets into these lap cars bunching up here at the back of the field. He's coming around to find the pace car here. Let's see where he will blend in line. He's got his teammate, the 81 of Fellows, there to the inside. Looks like all these cars are getting ready to pass the pace car. And, but yeah, quite the mess here to sort out the running order here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah, I don't know what Junior was doing. It's like they installed old ARCA brakes on that car or something. He really had trouble getting slowed up, and yeah, now all these lap cars are going to have to pass him back. Oh, and actually it looks like the 8 is going to pit here again. Possible. Oh, a little contact there with the 94 of Elliott Sadler and the 30 of Kevin Harvick, trying to get around him. Whoop, and more contact, but he does make it to pit road. And actually, with the 8 pitting, looks like our new leader here is going to be the 42 of Kenny Irwin Jr. He stays out. I don't know if that's going to work, but hey, we haven't talked about Kenny much this year, so why not take the gamble and get some fresh tires?
Yeah, you see Kenny caught up to his teammate, Tony Stewart, who is taking the wave around. And yes, once the 8 and the 91 and all those guys pit, Irwin will be the leader. Kenny Irwin Jr. leads them back to green. We've got the 96 of Jimmy Spencer in front of him taking the wave around. All these lap cars on the inside, starting with Greg Biffle in the 97. Behind the 42, we also have the 14 of Mike Skinner, once again trying the strategy play. He did that last week at Darlington as well. Green flag back in the air. What will the 8 of Earnhardt Jr. be able to do with these drivers on older tires?
Yeah, we expect the 8 probably to be able to pass these guys pretty quickly, but even if they don't win a race, I'm sure this will probably be a net position gain for this 42 team here. As there goes Junior to the inside of the 14. And he's going to try to follow Bill Elliott through, get his lap back from Kenny Irwin to take the lead from that 42 car.
Heading in turns 3 and 4, Earnhardt Jr. back to the lead. He gets by the 96 of Spencer as well to put him a lap down. The 8 once again out in front here at Bristol Motor Speedway.
Yeah, Junior's really starting to drive away. So you see a new player coming into the fray here. That's that 18 of Bobby Labonte up to 4th place.
Earnhardt Jr. still leading at Bristol, trying to lap the 41 of Tony Stewart. And Bobby Labonte, though, is not too far behind. We go on board with him. He's looking for his first victory of the 2003 season. All those Pontiacs have been really strong so far this year. Yeah,
they have. And like I said, that new nose seems to be working out great for those guys. And Junior is really getting held up here by the 41 a bit, and that's allowing that 18 to come all the way to his back bumper. Of course, he had a little bit of damage on that back bumper from that contact with Elliott Sadler getting on the pit road last time. You see that from on board of Bobby Labonte here. We'll have to see if Junior can't make quick work with his 41 car. He may very well have a challenge here, although Bobby is running out of laps here at Bristol.
Junior does finally get to the inside of the 41, and not quite clear, but the white flag is in the air now. Just 4 corners to go for Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, now Bobby's getting slowed up by that 41. That's going to allow him to drive away, it looks like. And in turn 3 and 4, looks like Junior's going to get his second victory of 2003.
Yes, the points leader extends his lead. Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets the 9th win of his career and his second win in the first 6 races of 2003.
Yeah, he's having a strong start. Say, look at this. His teammate, Michael Waltrip, also continued to have a strong start, although he's almost a full race behind his teammate in points after just 6 races.
Last week's winner, Dale Earnhardt Jr., is today's pole sitter. Ryan Newman to his outside, and the championship runner-up currently, Michael Waltrip, starts 3rd behind his teammate. Before we get to the cars that failed to qualify today, we have a major announcement to tell you about. Yesterday, a press conference was held. 2-time Winston Cup champion Terry Labonte announced here at Texas Motor Speedway, his home track, that he will be retiring at the end of the season from full-time competition. All signs point towards Hendrick Busch Series driver Ricky Hendrick, who is starting today's race, as being his replacement, although that has not been officially announced yet. With Ricky in the field, several cars failed to qualify once again, including 1999 Series champion Dale Jarrett, who has used up all of his past champion provisionals for the season. Meanwhile, Earnhardt Jr. and Newman lead them off of turn 4. Coming to the green flag here at Texas, the track where Earnhardt Jr. got his first career win 3 years ago. Green flag in the air, and we're racing in the Samsung Radio Shack 500.
Steve Park trying to go 3 wide there on the outside. Can't do anything with it. Dale Jr. gets out in front of Newman. It looks like Michael Waltrip, his teammate's going to try to follow him through.
Great start for all these Dale Earnhardt Incorporated cars. You see Park, Waltrip, Kerry Earnhardt, and the 81 fellows there, all in the top 15, all 5 of those cars today.
Yeah, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated has been really strong so far this year. Looks like Greg Biffle, though, is going to get a run to the inside of Michael Waltrip at the end of his first lap. Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets those 5 bonus points, extends his Winston Cup Championship lead a little bit. As here comes his teammate Park to the inside of the 97 of Biffle.
Yeah, Park, a name that we've not talked about a whole lot this year, but he's had a strong start. Although, take a look at this. The defending Winston Cup champion, Mark Martin, goes to the inside of Park. Looks like he's going to get to the inside of Earnhardt Jr. here off of turn 4.
Yeah, Mark having a quietly good season. Still looking for that first win. He does lead that lap there. It looks like Jeremy Mayfield in the 91 going to try to follow him through. And Newman as well on the inside. Mark gets shuffled up the racetrack this time. Newman going to look 3 wide there on the 91 as Park gets the wall there a little bit. That slows up him in the 8, creates a separation between these first 4 cars and the rest of the field.
Martin trying to regroup here as his teammate Biffle goes to the inside now of Newman and Mayfield. Mayfield going to lead the 3rd circuit here at Texas Motor Speedway, but not for long. Here comes Biffle, the winner at Las Vegas. One of the 2 1.5-mile races we've had so far this year. He's now leading at Texas as Mark Martin, his teammate, battles back into the picture as well.
Meanwhile, the 81 fellows now the highest run in Dale Earnhardt. Oh, we got a big crash here. Speaking of Dale Earnhardt and his cars, man, he is right in the eye of the storm there. Johnny Benson, everybody crashing. Looks like Biffle wins the race back to the caution barely, but we got to take a look at some replays here. We had a big one here at Texas.
Yeah, they tried to go 4 wide down the backstretch there right in front of Jeff Gordon. That just is not going to work. You see there Ward Burton piles into Casey Kane. And yeah, let's go on board with that 3-car of Earnhardt. Look at this. Just expert wreck avoidance there. Nearly gets into Benson. Narrowly dodges the 23 of Jones. And he gets to keep going.
Looks like just about everybody's going to be heading down pit road here. Led by Mark Martin, so we'll have to see who can win this race off pit road here. Hopefully Mark doesn't have the same problems that Jeff Gordon did when he was leading the race last week.
Yeah, hopefully not. The 91 of Mayfield, the first out of the leaders to his pit box. Waltrip is in. Earnhardt Jr. now, the pole sitter, hits his pit box. Adam Petty took just 2 tires. He's the first one out, followed by Jeff Burton. And Sterling Marlin also taking 2, Mark Martin. So Mark Martin the first with 4. Adam Petty now the race leader here at Texas, the track where he made his first Winston Cup start 3 years ago. Green flag back in the air. We're once again racing at Texas.
Yeah, great opportunity for Adam. Get some clean air here. He got those 5 Winston Cup bonus points, and we'll have to see how much of a factor tires play today.
Jeff Burton in that second position, staying with him pretty well. Of course, this is the site of Burton's last Winston Cup win to date, 2 years ago in this race. And the 96 appears to have just lost it there in front of the, he was very slow in front of the 38 of Casey Kane. Going to bring the caution out once again. And Adam Petty is still leading here at Texas. He's going to win the race back to the caution.
Yeah, we're hearing that they may have just finally lost the motor there in that 96 car.
So let's see here. Who's going to pit this time? Looks like the 45 is going to lead them down pit road. Who will be the first to stay out? Looks like his teammate, actually, the 43 of Todd Bodine, is going to stay out this time.
Yeah, that clean hour worked out pretty good for that 45 car. Of course, Todd took 4 tires last time, so unlike his teammate, he can afford to do that. Looks like Jason Leffler going to be in second, Waltrip in third, and Gordon up to 4th now.
So Bodine leading them back to the green here at Texas Motor Speedway. Green flag in the air. Once again, heading up through the gears.
Jeff Gordon gets a good jump there to the outside of the 15 of Michael Waltrip. Those guys being side by side should give Todd a good bumper from the cars that have 4 tires back there. He just needs to slow them up long enough that the tires start to even out a little bit. We believe Newman back there is the first guy with 4 fresh tires there.
Bodine still leading here at Texas, although those drivers with 4 tires have managed to drive back up through the field a little bit. You saw Greg Biffle in the 97 there working on Michael Waltrip for that second position. He is the first one currently with those 4 tires. Waltrip, though, still doing a good job at holding him up for the time being.
Yeah, he is. Biffle working the outside there of Waltrip's teammate, the 81 of Ron Fellows. Here comes another one of those guys, Bobby Labonte on 4 tires to the inside of Fellows, although he may not have enough time here as Bodine has now taken a white flag.
Yes, this would be quite the victory here for Todd Bodine, looking for his first career Winston Cup win here at the Texas Motor Speedway, and the first for Petty Enterprises in 4 years. As they head through turns 3 and 4, it's been a long struggle the last couple years for Petty Enterprises, but this season they really seem to have hit on something. Todd Bodine goes to the inside of the lap car of Tony Stewart. He gets his first career NASCAR Winston Cup Series victory and takes the famous 43 back to victory lane here at Texas.
Man, that is so awesome for Todd and that whole 43 group. They brought him on a year ago. This is why. Todd is quite the driver, and man, that is awesome.
Here we are at Talladega Super Speedway, the 2003 Aaron's 499. Last week's winner, Todd Bodine, today's pole sitter. He's got Steve Park to his outside and the 2 of Rusty Wallace behind him. As we look at the list of cars that failed to qualify, we're hearing this will be the end of that 71 team of Kenny Wallace as he fails to qualify for this race. The 71 may continue part-time, although probably with Rick Mass, not Kenny Wallace in the helm. Square D is looking for a new team to sponsor. So we look here at the 16 from Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. That's John Andretti today making his first start of the year. He will also be in this car next weekend at Martinsville Speedway, where one of his 2 Winston Cup victories is as well.
Yeah, good to have old John back. And say a big announcement this week. This car will be in the Coca-Cola 600 with Sam Hornish Jr. of the IndyCar Series doing the double. So he joins Robbie Gordon and Kenny Irwin Jr. in the double effort.
Bodine leads them to the green here at Talladega. We are racing in the Aaron's 499.
Pretty even for everybody here on the start. No big movers here. A little bit of a gap there between Rusty and Ron Fellows there. Fellows probably backing up a little bit, trying to get his teammate there, the 8 of Earnhardt Jr., to give him a push. Who will make the first move here to the 3rd line? Looks like that's all the way back in the 20s there. That's once again, no surprise, their usual suspect, the 40 of Sterling Marlin, to do that.
You see Andretti trying to get in line there on the outside. It looks like Atwood drops down now. Mid-pack. He is going to the inside of the 8 of Earnhardt Jr. Oh, and here comes the 81 of Earnhardt. That's Ron Fellows in the 81. Drops down in front of Atwood, although Atwood moves back up in line. Michael Waltrip now looking to the inside of his teammate Steve Park. They both were able to get by the 43 of Todd Bodine.
Bodine's teammate Adam Petty dropped down in front of him. So here comes Adam. He's looking to the inside of Michael now. We go on board with him. Man, obviously Todd's the big focus of Petty Enterprises right now, getting that victory last weekend. But you got to talk about Adam, too. He's really made a lot of progress this year. He's led some races. He's as high as 3rd in points a couple weeks ago. So he's having good runs. Needs to kind of put some of the finishes together. He's had more issues at the end of races than his teammate, but still very impressive. It looks like he may be about to get 5 more bonus points here as they head off the corner.
Yeah, Adam now pulls up in front of Michael Waltrip here. It looks like he is going to get those 5 bonus points heading back to the line. As here comes Waltrip's teammate Ron Fellows with a push from the 20 of Leffler. Oh, and we got trouble. Bobby Labonte spins, and he collects the points leader, Earnhardt Jr. there. Labonte appears to be able to keep going, but that 8 car has a lot of damage. Meanwhile, down the back stretch is a drag race between the 45 and the 81 as they race back to the caution here.
Yep, we can see it looks like the 45 has more help there on the outside from the 15 and the 1. Although, are they going to help that 45? That's not their teammate. The 81 is their teammate.
Adam did end up winning the race back to the caution here. We take a look at the replay. So, yeah, Labonte just gets turned and nowhere to go for the 8 of Earnhardt Jr. Let's see the replay from his perspective.
Yeah, that's just a helpless feeling there being on the outside. And, yeah, tough luck for that 18, but they do have enough of a points cushion. I think they'll still exit today with the lead.
So as we mentioned, Adam Petty did win that race back to the caution. He is followed by the 3. And the 45 is blowing up. Man, what a heartbreaker for that 45 team, especially after their teammate had such a strong run last weekend.
Yeah, that is, wow, that's tough, that 45 blowing up while leading the race.
So that will make the race leader, those trio of Dale Earnhardt Incorporated cars. Michael Waltrip going to lead them back to the green now, followed by the 81 of Fellows and the 1 of Steve Park, his 2 full-time teammates. Of course, the part-time car of John Andretti in the field today as well. Waltrip takes the green and gets a good jump there on the 81, perhaps too much of a jump. Park, meanwhile, is not able to get in line. The 21 of Dave Blaney gets to his inside and is pushing his teammate Fellows past him.
Yeah, Blaney's a guy we haven't talked a whole lot about this season, but not having a bad season. Of course, he's the reigning most popular driver, won 2 races last year, the first time the Wood brothers have done that back since old Morgan Shepherd was on the team last year. But, or not last year, that was many years ago Morgan Shepherd drove for the Wood brothers. But yeah, last year's year they got the 2 wins. But yeah, he's really doing good. And look at this, he's going to the inside of Michael Waltrip. He may just come away with the lead here off of turns 3 and 4. And we got another motor going. That's that 20 of Jason Leffler.
Yeah, I don't know what it is today. We hear there are some, it's pretty warm here at Talladega. Perhaps that's a factor. That's the second motor near the front we've had expire today. We had Adam Petty and now the 20 of Jason Leffler. That really splits up the pack here into just a few cars battling for the lead, led by that 21 of Blaney. But here comes Park back to his inside.
Yeah, it's...
Lead pack has gotten even smaller after some encounters with lap cars here. The 21 and the 1 drafting off the back of this group of 4 lap cars. The 16 of Andretti also in view as well. And what will Andretti do? Is he going to work with his teammate there, Park, or is he going to try to go on his own, help the 21?
Yeah, I don't know. See, their third teammate here, Michael Waltrip, he is currently in the 4th position, but he's a little ways back from this group. Meanwhile, behind Michael here is 5th through 10th, 5th through 11th, led by Rusty Wallace and Ricky Rudd there. But I think they're a little too far back to challenge. Michael may come into view here, but yeah, these lap cars really could settle it here. Park getting a toe off his boss there, Dale Earnhardt. Meanwhile, Blaney's behind Jerry Nadeau and Elliott Sadler there on the outside line.
Yeah, and that outside seems to have a better draft. We have the white flag here now at Talladega. Blaney with a slight lead over Park as they go into turns 1 and 2, although Park now getting a good toe on the inside from his boss Dale Earnhardt and Buckshot Jones. But we believe that outside line is going to get a good run here off of turn 2.
Yeah, I'm really not sure there's a lot that the 16 of Andretti could do for Park there on the inside, because I think that 23 car is just slowing up that whole line there a little bit. So Park doesn't have a lot of good options, really. It's just try to follow his boss and hope that maybe the outside gets a little disorganized here off of 4, although they get a good run. And I think the 21 of Blaney may just have this here.
As they head through the tri-oval here at Talladega, Dave Blaney, NASCAR's most popular driver, is going to go back to victory lane here for the first time in 2003. Dave Blaney wins, and oh no, we got another car blowing up. The 2 of Rusty Wallace in contact there between Kevin Harvick and Ron Fellows. Fellows goes around, so Talladega claims its 3rd engine of the day coming to the checkers. Fellows able to get going once again. But yes, the 21 of Blaney takes his 3rd career Winston Cup victory here at Talladega. And Earnhardt Jr. continues to lead the standings. Here we are at Martinsville Speedway. Bill Elliott has the pole today with Ryan Newman to his outside.
Take a look at the D&Q list here. Just because the 71's not here on there doesn't mean there aren't a lot, because once again we've got the 16 of John Andretti in the field today. We've also got the 17 of Ricky Hendrick in the field today. So you saw Jay McMurray, Casey Kane, 2 of our rookies went home today. But yeah, there's Ricky making his 2nd start of 2003 here at Martinsville in that 5th Hendrick Motorsports entry. Here comes Bill Elliott leading them to the green.
Elliott, a great jump there on Newman. Dale Jarrett going to try to follow him through to the inside of Ryan Newman there. See Elliott's teammate there, Casey Atwood, also had a good starting position today inside the top 10. Elliott, the only driver single file here at the front of the racetrack, as Jarrett tries to become the second there, clearing Newman off of turn 4. Elliott leads the first lap.
Yeah, that's big for this 9 bunch. Of course, their teammate, and their teammate, speaking of teammates, the 91 of Jeremy Mayfield goes around there. That's going to bring out the first caution of the day here just on lap 2 at Martinsville. But Bill leads them back to the start-finish line. But yeah, their teammate Casey Atwood got his first victory. Of course, we're very happy about that.
Elliott now leads them back to the green. Single file this time. Green flag in the air. We're racing once again at Martinsville. Newman takes a look to the inside of last week's winner, Dave Blaney. But still single file here off the corner. It looks like Kurt Busch, the first one too wide to the inside of his teammate, Jeff Burton. Yeah, Elliott, of course, running a long winless streak, dating back all the way to 1994, 9 years. Same as his car number, but that's been a struggle for him. Speaking of struggles, you got to talk about Jeff Gordon. Really all of Hendrick Motorsports, especially Jeff Gordon, a 3-time Winston Cup champion, finds himself in the 30s in points after 8 races. And I think there's a lot of factors to attribute to that. Hendrick Motorsports, the strain of 5 cars. You've also got Dale Earnhardt Incorporated's expansion, Chevrolet not giving them as much support. But we're hearing there could be some frustration brewing with Gordon's crew chief, Robbie Loomis, because of that performance. Elliott still leading here at Martinsville, really starting to pull away here a little bit. Although Jeff Burton now up to the second position. He has a long winless streak as well, though not as long as Elliott's. You see Gordon back there. They have lapped him here at Martinsville, so once again, not a good performance at all there for that Hendrick Motorsports bunch. They really need to get their act together.
Yeah, I don't know. Hendrick, I think you might have something there with Chevrolet and the Dale Earnhardt Incorporated taking all the support there. They've really become kind of absurd. Hendrick Motorsports as that #1 Chevrolet organization. Bill gets into the back of the 41 of Stewart. Actually, that might end the race here. Man, Bill, I tell you what, Bill Elliott just did something I would have done. He just wrecked Tony Stewart, ends the race. He might just get his first victory in 9 years very easily here.
You know, Chip, I kind of doubt that was intentional, but we do look at the replay. That I think he was just getting really nervous there with the 99 of Burton on his tail. But I guess you are right about the outcome here. Coming back to the checkers under caution, Bill Elliott is going to go back to victory lane for the first time in 9 years, getting the second victory of 2003 for Evernham Motorsports, joining his teammate Casey Atwood. And what a victory here at Martinsville Speedway. That is incredible.
Yeah, that is awesome. So we look at the point standings here. Dale Earnhardt Jr. still leads, but only 33 over his teammate Michael Waltrip. Bill Elliott moves to the 3rd position.